Okay, welcome back. So last time, Medion tried to kill us all by throwing planets at us. So we used the teleportation device from Moonrita's parents to send the rest of our friends back to the ship. And we were gonna fight Medion Whoops. I walked off and died. We were gonna fight Medion ourselves, but then someone broke through space-time to come give us a hand. Good ol' Xenos Viator Galvus, dressed up like Shinryu again. And so we used the Asm Crystal to summon other players, fought Medion on Xenos' back, and defeated her. Now we see what's up next. I don't know where we're falling to. Just a spot. With the absolute edge of the universe where the rules of physics are, I don't know, just whatever we happen to want them to be. Medion.
No matter where we flew, there was only darkness and loneliness and pain. We couldn't find the answers Hermes yearned for. The answers he deserved. Greetings, you who are my final encounter. I wish to hear your words, share your feelings, know your thoughts. May we please be friends?
Yeah.
Yes, I can see them. The memories of a long, long journey. So many people. The thoughts of them overflowing in your heart. What they live for. What gives their lives meaning. There was never a single answer. You gather pieces of happiness, precious and fragile, only to lose them. Then start again. On and on it goes, until death takes you into its gentle embrace. That which Hermes sent us to find was there all this time, on Atheris.
We created it together.
Like a field of flowers, perhaps. At first a single blossom. It spreads and takes on more colors. Thank you for guiding me here. To find these words at journey's end fills me with joy. And so, Before I fall forever silent, there is one thing I must do. No expression of regret will undo what my sisters and I have done, or restore what we have stolen. But if you would allow it, I would sing one last song. A song of the newfound joy that swells in my heart. Of the beauty of light when it shines across a dark and starless sea. Of a dream that from the soil of worlds now lost to sorrow, life will spring forth once more. Nourished by gentle rains and caressed by uplifting winds. A song of hope.
She's blue again.
One day, life will fill the universe again, and Hermes will see this and smile. How, I do not know. But I do know that where there is a will, there is a way. After all, miracles happen every day, do they not? I will create a path back to your ship, where your dear friends await. Hold in your heart your desire to return to them, then follow my lead and walk forth. That hope will surely guide you true.
We're supposed to walk that? If you say so.
You mean to return to the world where you are hailed as a hero?
Yes.
Hear me then. Not as a hero, but as simply you. As I learned in Alamigo, you are a formidable foe. Stronger than any I have faced. Against you, I need bring my all to bear. I need burn through the candle of my life. This is the sole pleasure I know. And it is the sole pleasure I have to share. And so I come before you, to issue challenge and offer singular bliss. If you wish to walk away, I will not stop you. You value life. You do not burn yours save for reasons you deem worthy. Reasons such as those which brought you here. The salvation of a world and its people. The motives of a hero true. But there is more to you than that. You know this to be true. As surely as you know the thrill of pushing your body and soul to their limits. Of confronting ever mightier foes, dancing ever closer to the precipice, wondering if this will be the one to finally fill the void.
Did you just...
Such pleasures you seek for their own sake, and no other reason. Is this not so, adventurer?
Did you just hit me with "we're not so different, you and I"? That I can't deny. Think what you will, but I'm not letting you leave this place. I've had enough of you. It ends here. And that's the one we're going with.
Ha! Finally mustered the desire to kill me, have you? Go on then. Try and strike me down in this forsaken place. I shall return the favor. Aye, let us indulge in the only worthwhile pursuit and burn our lives to their end.
Time to fight Xenos. Not letting me start yet. 16 stacks of Spark of Hope.
Hold nothing back! Push yourself to your limit and me to mine!
I will.
Is this truly the best Heidelland's Chosen can master?
Fire move. Stand in the water that was there.
Show me your vaunted fortitude.
He's got all kinds of different attacks from various primals. Hawkhorn hits multiple times. We just have to keep moving so we don't get hit as many times as we might otherwise.
Soon you will know the full extent of my power. Mine for the taking!
that one where he says mine for the taking. If you wait to see the telegraph, it'll be too late. You have to move it instead. You need to go into first person.
Test of your reflexes.
When he says a test of your reflexes, you just have to be. You have to move because that's another one where.
A test of your reflexes.
If you wait, it'll be too late. If you wait for the thing to show up on the floor.
How it burns.
You can't target it. What are you doing?
I know you feel it too. The inferno swelling within you. Come! Let all creation be consumed by our ravenous fervor! I have you! Do not tell me your life's fire is already spent.
No. Stand back up. Heal to full.
Yes, yes! Rise once more! It mustn't end yet!
Ow. Ow. Stop shooting me with lasers.
A test of your reflexes! I have you!
No, you don't.
A test of your reflexes! Show me your vaunted fortitude!
Dead.
A test of your reflexes!
Are you finished?
No, not yet. Not until the last of me is spent. Now fall! This is my moment! Our moment!
Just gotta fill it up. Which we did. We've dropped our weapons. Stay down.
That I should lose again. How disappointing. Never have I understood those around me. Understood their obsessions. Besieged by their banality, the world is a mire of tedium and trivialities. But in these fleeting moments, there is a spark. Blinding, brilliant. Gone. Too soon.
Sorry.
What of you, my mirror? Born into this world, bestowed name, bid to seek out strife and adventure. Was this life a gift or a burden? Did you find fulfillment?
What's that? The teleporter. Bye, Xenos.
Can you hear? Safe. Must tend to. Open your. Please.
Someone, and
Please.
You can't leave us! Not like this! If you do, I'll never forgive you! So come on! Open your eyes and get up!
Are you with us? Oh, thank the heavens. For a moment we thought...
Is everyone alright? Or am I really alive? I'm gonna ask if everyone else is alright.
After what you've done, you're the last person to be asking that. You... How can you keep your promise if you're not here?
Another fine show you've put on, my friend.
A fine show indeed. What were you thinking? Fighting alone? Never do that again. My poor heart couldn't bear it.
Put yourself in our place. If you hadn't returned, how do you think we would feel? And if that sounds harsh, it's because we care.
We tended to thy wounds as best we could. But how is the pain? That is gladdening. Grievous as thine injuries were, however, I would counsel repose for a time.
Gladdening! There's nothing gladdening about this! When Meteion appeared in here and told us that you were right behind her, we all got our hopes up. But you never came! And when you finally deign to appear, you're within an ilm of your life! Damn you! Damn you for making us worry!
Sorry, there was a Xenos?
Oh, those were cries of celebration! Anyway, well, the important thing is that you're all alive and in reasonably good health, and we mean to get you back that way. As for your earlier request, I'm quite certain we're in range to make contact now.
Ah, excellent. Let us announce our return at once. I hope you're ready.
While you were unconscious, we set out from Ultima Thule, you see. Can you stand? If so, you may wish to see what's outside.
Oh, okay.
We're home, my friend. We're home.
we're flying over these cities in this order, we're going the opposite direction from Charlian. There's Mother Mew. Alice. I guess if we fly that direction, we'll eventually go back to Charlian. We just went the long way around the planet.
Is that? It is! It's the Ragnarok! They're back!
Thank heavens. Truly.
They've done it!
Welcome home.
Told you they were besties.
Ah! Yes!
Welcome home, everyone!
Well, Tataru did say she was going to be the first one there. She means to make good on that. Running down those stairs as Lalafels has got to be dangerous for those two. Those are temple knights standing guard.
Welcome home!
I assume they came with Emmanuel and whatnot. Not gonna watch the scrolling credits. That I said skip. That might have copyrighted music.
Dearest mother, dearest father, this letter will be the very last that I write to you from the rising stones. As I commit these words to parchment, I fondly recall my journey as a scion. From the time I first walked into the Order's former halls, to the time I set forth to forestall the final days. At the farthest reaches of the Sea of Stars, we fought the battle of our lives. Fought against despair itself. A veritable maelstrom of it, fed by the resignation that dwelled in the hearts of beings not so unlike ourselves.
I think I accidentally skipped too much.
Full oft have I harbored the same malaise. Have I been brought to my knees, crushed by the weight of sorrow and defeat, convinced to rise again. However, I have also known many moments of unbridled joy and happiness. By this truth do I find hope within, blooming resplendent, like the Elpis flower. And thus do I endure. Do I look forward to creating more memories with my friends and loved ones.
Yeah, I accidentally skipped too much, but that's fine. When all of this is done, we can go watch it in
For
an
from
in-room.
these fertile seeds, yet more hope shall spring forth. And they will grow to become shining lights that illuminate the dark. Thus believing, I leave the rising stones behind, as will my comrades. For, as we have decided, after careful deliberation, we are disbanding the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
What?
There you are, Alphino. Everyone is already gathered in the foyer.
My apologies. I'll be right there.
We have a spaceship that can go to the very edge of the universe, and he's handwriting letters with a quill.
At least, that is what the story will be. Sorry to keep you all waiting.
What could you possibly have left to do now?
Oh, just a letter.
I imagine it will be a while before we can gather like this again.
So it must be, if we're to keep up appearances. From now on, it falls to the Grand Company of Eorzea and its allies to deal with the realm's crises.
Meanwhile, we shall return to our erstwhile ways. Retreating from plain sight to take our place in the shadows once more.
Indeed. For the foreseeable future, I expect that we must work independently as we seek out problems that want for solving. But a day will come when we face another great challenge, and we will face it together, as we always have.
As much as I look forward to that day, I do hope it doesn't come anytime soon.
Well, formal association or no, if any of you should require my services, you need but ask. I'll be glad to keep my lance arm honed.
I'll hold you to that. So you had better keep your link pearl on hand.
So you really mean to stay, Tataru?
Oh, someone has to keep the Rising Stones in proper order. And even a super-secret organization requires a super-secret base of operations. To the rest of the world, it will be naught more than a workshop for Eorzea's foremost up-and-coming artisan. If you thought our coffers were full to bursting before, just wait till I can devote myself wholly to the crafts.
Plotting to build a mercantile empire to rival that of Lord Lodorito, are we?
I, for one, look forward to your future successes, Tataru. As do I our next meeting.
And with that, I believe it is past time you all made ready to depart. Leave no preparations undone or words unsaid, all right? Now, off with you.
Ah, we are still zoomed out. Okay, so we're gonna talk to everyone. We'll start with Graha and work our way across the room that way. Somebody in my free company logged in, so we say hello. Oh, Asuka, might you have a moment to talk? With the Scion stepping away from the public eye, I've been left to consider what new endeavors I might pursue. And after speaking with Kryal, I've decided I will be assisting her in rebuilding the students of Baldesia. Not only am I indebted to Master Gala for giving me a new home, but had our order never existed, I would never have set foot within the Crystal Tower. How different my life might have been. I would have never met you, never become caretaker of the tower, never become a Scion. You gave me the chance to do so much good, and I hope to continue to do so with the students. For an added benefit, new mysteries often find their way to our doorsteps, mysteries that could prove ideal for fulfilling our promise to embark on a new adventure together, like any we've ever experienced before. Yes. Whenever you have the time and inclination, my friend, I stand ready to accompany you onto the unknown. Do you recall the realm of the Omicrons, when I asked if you thought I may someday be mentioned in your empire? While 'tis true that to earn a place at your side would be the stuff of dreams. In the end, nothing would give me greater joy than to stand with you in the here and now. It needn't be some grand endeavor, there needn't be a promise. Whenever adventure calls, I won't hesitate to invite you, and I hope that you will do the same for me. Without a second thought. Ha! I'll hold you to that. As much as we have already seen, there's still so much we haven't. Who knows? Perhaps we will even encounter survivors of the Omicron somewhere out there. After all, given how they took to the stars, it isn't impossible that some found themselves far from home. And should we encounter a wayward traveler awaiting commands, come. I would bid them seek adventures with someone, and find that partner, and with that partner, find new purpose, a new dream. For if crystals can hold fast to dreams, why not Omicrons? Wherever your plans may lead, do not hesitate to send word, and should a commission of interest come my way, you will be the first to know. Graha is involved in the Alliance raid that is delving into the nature of the 12. They've only had one raid so far, and it's not available for New Game Plus yet, because there'll still be 2 more raids. But hey, Y'shtola. Oh, are we saying our farewells too? I hadn't at present planned on a journey of any great length. Not that I am averse to a moment or two of quiet reminiscence. In fact, there was something I'd been meaning to ask you. Something that has been in my thoughts since the last flames of the final days subsided. During our travels, we've witnessed more than a lifetime's worth of oddities and spectacles. More than can be easily recalled or remembered. And nestled amongst those memories are certain essential facts, the history of Aetheris and the ancients, glimpses of the Ea, of their culture and philosophy. Rather than simply hoard such treasures in mind, I wonder if I should not be disseminating them in formal records for wider consumption. When needed, I have penned reports and prepared briefings, but ever have I balked at the idea of binding the subject of my studies in a book or tablet. Truth is given shape and interpretation. When we seek to capture it with our words, it is invariably molded to fit a narrative, no matter how well intentioned the rendering. An event is described as sad, a summation which fails to express the emotional complexity. Yet the word on the page is what endures, a pale shadow of reality. Throughout history, some have deliberately embellished the truth, but I believe many, if not most, deviations are the result of similar linguistic shortcomings, piling one upon the other until the end result is unrecognizable from its origin. Which is why I fear that writing an account in my own words would be akin to diluting fine wine with water. Yet, even with the potential for corrupted meaning, I do of course realize the importance of keeping written records. Without them, my search for wisdom would be a painful affair indeed. But what say you on this matter? Should I take up the quill, reflect upon those experiences only we have shared, and seek to preserve them for posterity? Aye, let them be read and remembered. Very well then. I shall endeavor to pen what I can of the Ea and the ancients, and of so many other wonders. But I'm no scribe. It will be less a polished work and more a reordering of scattered notes. In any case, I feel much better having sought your opinion. Left to our own devices, we tend to overthink such things. I will otherwise return to following where my curiosity leads. After all, a safe method of travel to the first yet eludes me, and our venture into the great expanse has prompted an entirely new set of questions. Should you stumble into the unknown, or struggle with some impenetrable mystery, know that I am at your beck and call. Never hurts to see things from a different perspective, and mine is rather different than most. Y'shtola is involved in the main scenario quests of the patches so far. Justinian. Just crossed arms staring at each other. If you have something to say, then out with it. Just worried how you'll earn your keep now? Just wondering how I'll earn my keep now. I'll say the one about me. What? I thought you adventurers had any number of ways to earn coin. And though the Scion's mode of operation has changed, we should be compensated as before. In any case, I do not want for options, even if some are worse than others. No sooner did Emmerich hear about our disbandment than he offered me a position as a guardsman in the Imperium district. As a former Azure Dragoon, I'm guaranteed to be popular, he said. What does he take me for? Even without his meddling, I'm perfectly capable of finding employment, and have. Some days ago, a Hannish envoy arrived with word from Vritra. The worm requests my presence as soon as things have settled there. He didn't deign to mention why I'm needed, but it pertains to dragons, like as not. In Thavner, like elsewhere, the phenomena caused by the final days abated when we defeated Meteon. Though it was too late for those who had already transformed, life is beginning to return to normal for the survivors. Of those who sought refuge in Charlian, most have already returned home. But many do not have a home to return to, nor loved ones. By an arrangement between Vritra and the Forum, such souls may remain in Charlian if they wish, to work and study. Vritra was always the satrap in truth. It's gratifying to see him become one in name as well. One who has the complete confidence of his people, if the envoy's tone was any indication. I often find myself speaking favorably of dragons of late. Not so long ago I would have assumed his benevolence hid ulterior motives. But 'tis clear he cares for his people, and they in turn revere him. To know such a nation may flourish is comforting. Vritra's kin sought release from conflict. So weary were they of the suffering they brought, they surrendered to oblivion. But Midgard-Stormir didn't give up. In hope, he made the journey to distant Aetheris with his clutch of eggs, and though his progeny went on to be embroiled in conflict with men, there were times when they transcended hatred to abide in harmony. That is their legacy and their triumph. In my lance I feel the weight of their struggle and the strength of their resolve. It lends me strength. These things I might never have learned had I not joined you. Should you ever have need of me, I will come. At the very least, it might be an opportunity to earn coin. Estinian is also involved in the main story going forward through the patches. And Grid. Ah, our champion and savior. I was beginning to think my chance for an audience would never come. Ahem, that sounded more amusing in my head. Speaking of heads, I was worried about yours, and the rest of you for that matter. On the mend, I trust. Yeah? Glad to hear it. You were in a bad way, and healing magic's a no. I'm impressed by how swiftly you've recovered. Then again, 'tis hardly the first time you've cheated death. Your strength of will has never failed to astonish me. Look at what you've accomplished. Meteon defeated, her song of oblivion cut short, the source and all her reflections delivered from the final days. If you had faltered at the last, then all hope would have been lost. But you held fast. Now Reen has a tomorrow to look forward to, and I could ask for no greater gift than that. As for a lesser gift, however, the next time you see her, I would appreciate you not describing my travel plans with Urianger as aimless wandering. We've a purpose in our roaming, after all, keeping an eye on things in the absence of the Scions on the world stage. There'll never be an end to the little problems that go untended by nations. We will do our best to help out where and when we can. Which I suppose is an approach not far removed from aimless wandering when we get down to it. Perhaps you could tell her I'm faring well, and leave it at that, eh? No need to mention this feeling of being uprooted. I've never been one to stand still for long, but when I think of home, it is the rising stones which comes to mind. How many times have we set out from this base, thence to return when our work was done? On the day the Scions came together, I only hoped for Minfilia to find a place where she belonged, but never did I expect to find one here for myself. Indulge me, Asuka. I have a question for you, and imagine Minfilia herself is asking. Are you glad you joined the Scions? Best decision I ever made, or there's never been a dull moment, that's for certain. Best decision I've ever made. Aye, I can honestly say the same. But all good things must come to an end, at least for a time. Should you need a helping hand for infiltration and reconnaissance, you know who to ask. I'll come running, and you'll likely get a certain funny-talking fortune teller into the bargain. We don't really know what Thancred's up to yet. Urianger? Asuka, thou hast spoken with our comrades. Though this parting be not forevermore, 'tis none the less occasion for sorrow. Akin to a pixie's path, the navigation of such farewells is a perilous endeavor indeed. For their part, however, the Loporrits embark upon a new beginning. Though bereft of its purpose as a vessel, the moon yet remaineth hospitable for the creatures of Xeris. Thus do our lunar visitors convene with the Forum, intent upon assigning some new and beneficial role to our solitary satellite. Yet ere that may come to pass, there is much and more each party must learn of the other, a process which doth promise to be eventful indeed. To that end, a cadre of Loporrits hath gleefully dispersed across our lands in the name of mutual understanding. Heidelin, 'tis said, did imbue them with her love for all things born of this star, and 'tis Venar's own nature, I believe, which doth manifest in this irrepressible, inexhaustible curiosity of theirs. Having witnessed that which they strove to achieve, I wish most keenly for their long labours to be rewarded, that their abiding affection for man result in a boon for all. Moreover, I hope to continue our acquaintance, and share in such knowledge as they see fit to impart. Acquaintance, I'd call it friendship. You are the first to truly understand them. Dost thou think so? The Loporrits are certainly possessed of a unique outlook, and it hath been my pleasure to act as their facilitator upon this star. Mayhap I might yet serve as a bridge betwixt them and our fellow man, as Moonbreeder once did for me. Ah, but I shall digress no further. This day should belong to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, to mine incomparable companions. Ofttimes hath mine reticence caused thee grief, and mine actions spurred allies to suspect betrayal. And yet, here amongst you I still stand. No amount of words could express my gratitude for thine acceptance and forgiveness. Thus instead do I proffer my humble support. Be it unto the deepest abyss or the highest heavens, even if I must needs founder cross stormy seas, ever shall I answer thy summons. So, he's wandering about with Thancred. As for the Loporrits and the moon, so far it looks like Nero, of all people, has convinced some Garleans, because they don't have a country anymore, to go live there. And because, I mean, Nero has selfish reasons. He wants to go play with all the technology on the moon. But, you know, he's still a Garlean and occasionally capable of thinking about other people. And so it's like, why don't the Garleans make a new home on the moon with the Loporrits? And the Loporrits are like, yeah, come on up here. Alize. Asuka, seen to your preparations, have you? I'm just making another sweep of my belongings. Wouldn't do to find I'd forgotten something halfway to my destination. Oh, in case you hadn't heard, we've received new reports detailing the devastation caused by the final days. It appears the situation is gravest in the lands surrounding the bounty, where the sky first began to burn. After that, the calamity was observed in the far north, in Garlemald and the frozen lands beyond, which also had reports of the heavens catching fire in isolated locations. Or we also. One of which was an area in the northern Empty. Had our quest taken any longer, Charlene too may have come under threat. Thank goodness it's over now. To be sure, blasphemies and lesser beasts may still be roaming about, but these localized crises should be well within the capabilities of each nation to handle on their own. The Scions are no longer needed, although they are the role quests started by those military envoys in Radzehan. Which isn't to say that we won't help out where we can, of course, as individuals, no more of this order business. For my part, I'll be heading to Garlemald and Alphenil. They were among the worst affected and still need all the help they can get. It won't be easy. An inevitable part of aiding those in need is coming face to face with tragedy. Knowing it doesn't make it any easier, though. That I'll curse my weakness, my inability to fix every problem and save every lost soul. But no matter how much it hurts, I won't give up. I'll do what I can for as many people as I can, begrudging no effort. And should I find myself discouraged, I'll remember you, think back fondly to one of your many moments of triumph and the accompanying determined expression. Even those that still annoy me in retrospect, like when you activated the teleporter without warning. And should you hear about me, I want you to remember too. Remember that I'm out there somewhere, trying my very best. I look forward to hearing all about the legendary Alize Leviuer. Not that I'm trying to become famous or anything. That being said, the next time we meet, I'll be vastly improved, so don't be surprised when you find yourself marveling at me. So far, her and Alphino being in Garlemald is all we know about what they've been up to. Oh, Asuka, pray forgive me for delaying the gathering. I was writing a letter, you see, to my parents. As busy as Father has been, tending the aftermath of the Exodus, he has been good enough to show concern for the Scions. And besides, I've made them worry enough for a lifetime. Henceforth, I will endeavor to write as often as I am able. A little effort to set their minds at ease while we continue to be away from Charlian. Both Alize and I are off to assist with Garlemald's recovery, you see. Though uncertainty remains over what will become of the nation, we cannot well leave the capital in its present state. We will rejoin those members of the Ilspot contingent still stationed there. Lucia and Maxima helm the relief effort, with support from our allies, the people of Garlemald, among them. We will gradually be joined by those who have finished treating the Tempest across the lands. Lest you misunderstand, we do not seek redemption for failing Licinia and her sister. That is a burden we must always bear. Nay, we go because of the truth of Lord Quintus's words. The truth that, whatever ideals individuals may espouse, nations are not moved to action unless they stand to benefit. For the foreseeable future, the fallen empire will be at the mercy of both internal and external forces. And though I do not doubt the intentions of the contingent, with greater powers involved in their relief effort, our allies may well find themselves drawn into a political agenda. In going, we seek to ensure that the needs of the people come first, to understand their hearts, that we might better help them to begin anew. I'll visit when I can, which is basically whenever I want to. By all means, full glad would I be for your visit. I believe I speak for Alize as well. For fairly as long as I've been in Eorzea, you've been at my side, watching over me in good times and in bad. many times have we gathered to share tidings? None could possibly keep count. The world is changing, and will continue to do so. Yet no matter what the future brings, I hope that I can ever look to you, in good times and in bad, as a dependable comrade and dear friend both. Absolutely. Thank you, Oscar, from the bottom of my heart. Kryl. Oh, Oscar. How are you feeling? Any lingering aches or pains? I can't apologize enough for sending Xenos to find you in Ultima Thule. When he came to me in Charlian, I was truly torn. As ever, there was only one thing on his mind. Forced to make a decision, I reasoned that if he would not be deterred from seeking you out, he might at least aid us in our cause, and so I struck a bargain. In the end, he was true to his word. You defeated him despite your earlier exertions. But knowing the state you were found in, it could have ended very differently. My decision almost cost you your life, and no words could express the remorse I feel. It worked out, you did the right thing. I won't lie, I thought that was it for me. I'll say it worked out, you did the right thing. It is a relief to hear you say that. Thank you. Time and again, I've been made to feel woefully inadequate. I wasn't much of use in battle, nor could I face the Forum without my nerves getting the better of me. It always fell to you and the others. I must and will do better, and I shall begin with the restoration of the students of Baldesion. Through our work, Charlian will strengthen its ties with other nations, that we may be better prepared to face whatever threats arise in future. Of course, this isn't something I can accomplish alone, but thankfully, I have the staunchest help in Raha and Ojika, and our other remaining members. Together, we'll continue Grandfather's work. As before, certain commissions will take us to dangerous locales, and we may need to call upon seasoned adventurers. In such times, might you be willing to assist us? Not because you feel obliged, mind you, but because you feel allured to the task itself. Of course. Marvelous. Should something of interest arise, I shan't hesitate to reach out to you. Until that day, I shall endeavor to become a more dependable comrade. Kryl is also involved in the raid that deals with the 12. Tataru, spoken your fill, have you? If so, I'm thinking to send everyone off. Okay, with your permission then. Your attention, please. At risk of spoiling the mood, the time of departure is upon us. In my capacity as your receptionist, I bid you all safe journeys. Till next we meet. Be well. Riol and Afemi, Flamen, Alian, and there's Coltene, Ori Boulder, some others whose names I can't remember off the top of my head.
I suppose we're off to Garlemald then. Though we ought to speak with Lord Emmerich first. If he's received word of any recent developments, we need to know.
'Twould be prudent to purchase some warmer clothes at least. Mayhap we can pick up a few souvenirs for Euless and the others while we're at it.
Where will you all be heading next?
Dravania. There is a book I've been meaning to borrow from the Great Google Library. And I can think of at least one person who will be most displeased should I fail to visit before leaving.
We've no particular destination in mind, but we do intend to stop in Charlian before we set off.
We had thought to ask after the Loperids. I am curious as to how well those who chose to remain are adapting to their changed circumstances.
Might we accompany you then? Raha and I were planning to return to the Baldessian Annex.
Commissions have been piling up in our absence, and they must be dealt with ere we begin our work in earnest.
Estinian, you will return to Rads at Han, will you not?
Aye. For Vritra's benefit, though I've yet to hear the details. I may not stay long.
I see. Then it is here the Scions at last part ways, each to some far-flung corner of the realm.
Perhaps. But I believe one of our number, a rather important one at that, has yet to divulge her plans.
Quite right.
Indeed. Fair point.
So, what's next for our humble adventurer?
Was that media? Might be. Fin. Yet stand tall, my friend. Our journey will never end. This is the teaser for the Pandemonium raids, which aren't available in New Game
The
Plus.
constancy of this place never ceases to amaze me. An ocean of souls, shimmering and eternal. And yet, something stirs. Yes. Steeped in darkness, deep as starless night. The beast hungers. Alas, I dare not investigate in earnest before the coming of my guiding star, as she foretold. We shall descend to the depths, you and I, to confront the dread beast Pandemonium. Oh, the sights we shall see. The sights we shall see.
There we go. That is the end of Endwalker. But first, we're gonna go to Charlian because we can teleport there for free. Gonna hop over to the Valdesian Annex. Hey, Ojika. Go into our in-room. Walk over to the Unending Journey, which is a book where we can view cutscenes. Let's see. Huh. not sure. Let's see. Is 8 the one I'm looking for? No, I want the next one. Skip the scrolling credits. Yep, this is the one we accidentally skipped because the music didn't change, so I didn't think it skipped. Can't leave the video without the triumphant walk. Taru and Kyle have joined us. At least symbolically, Hermes has rejoined everyone in death. We have our own bit in the credits. The Warrior of Light, Asuka Hassan Pfeffer. Okay. That's what I wanted you to see. Now it's gonna scroll through some artwork and probably copyrighted music. Alright. That is it. That is Endwalker. So, thanks for watching. It has been a journey.